The three loaned engines changed their ways. Written and told by Tyler Waschudik. One afternoon, Sir Topham Hatt was eating his lunch when the station master came. "Excuse me, sir, there's 3 engines coming back from the other railway." "Really? What were their names?" Sir Topham Hatt asked. "There's 2 blue engines and 1 red engine that's coming to our railway. There's 2 blue engines who don't have names but only numbers, but there's only 1 red engine who had a name." Sir Topham Hatt looked stern. "Oh, I know their names and numbers. Those numbers are 9462 and 87546, and his name was Alec Greedy." "I'm gonna have a word with them right after I eat my lunch," he said sternly. Soon the 3 loaned engines came. 9462 and 87546 and Alec Greedy, he said sternly. "Today you 3 are gonna be on your best behaviors. I'm giving you 3 a second chance, and I want no troubles. Is that understood?" "Yes, sir," the 3 engines replied, and Sir Topham Hatt walked away. "Alright, 87546 and Alec Greedy, let's get to work." One day, Thomas, Percy, James, and Emily were resting in the sheds when they saw a blue engine passing by and the red engine passing by too. And they saw another blue engine shunting. "Who are those 3 engines?" asked James. "I know those names," said Thomas. "Those numbers are 9462 and 87546, and the name is Alec Greedy." "Who's 9462 and 87546 and Alec Greedy?" Percy asked. "Let me tell you who they are," Thomas began. 9462 and 87546 are the rudest engines on Sodor, and Alec Greedy, who's a little bit rude too. 9462 was bullying Edward and showing him how the best he is. And while Henry was having trouble feeling ill, 87546 was being cocky and rude. And the red engine named Alec Greedy was rude too, and he's making the ruckus that he's been causing. He deserves to have the branch stuck in his teeth. "So that's who they are?" "Yes, Percy, that's who they are," Thomas replied. "Well," said James sternly, "I do not approve of them being rude." "I agreed," Emily added. Then Sir Topham Hatt came. He heard everything. "That's enough, you 4, he said. "Sir, can you tell me why they're here on Sodor?" Thomas asked with a concerned face. "Well, Thomas, I brought them here because I gave them another chance, and they are changing their ways." The engines were pleased, but not with Gordon and Henry. They glared at the loaned engines. "I say, Henry," Gordon said crossly, "why should those engines work on Sodor? They should be scrapped by now." "I agreed," Henry said. "I don't want them on Sodor. I want them to be scrapped." They bickered so much that Edward puffed in furiously, looking very cross. "Enough, both of you," Edward snapped. Gordon and Henry jumped. "You 2 saying horrible things is not making it better," Edward scolded. "Well, Edward, we can't understand why they're here." "That's because the Topham Hatt had given them another chance, and they're changing their ways. You 2 should think about what you said." Gordon and Henry scowled. Then they have an idea. They whispered to each other and made a plan. The next day, 9462 came to the station to collect his coaches. Then suddenly, Gordon and Henry came to take 9462's passengers away. "I say, what do you think you're doing?" scowled 9462. "We're taking your passengers away because we can show you how better we are than you," they said, smirking. Then the 2 big engines puffed out of the station, but before they could, it happened. "And just what do you think you 2 doing?" said a booming voice. Gordon and Henry stopped, not having noticed that Sir Topham Hatt was in his office. Sir Topham Hatt walked towards Gordon and Henry, and then Gordon and Henry explained. "We were trying to show you how better we were than the loaned engines. It was our idea to teach them a lesson," added Henry. "We just don't like those loaned engines." "Well, I don't approve of you 2 taking 9462's passengers away," said Sir Topham Hatt sternly. "You should go back to your sheds and think about what you did." And so they did. 9462, I'm sorry that they take your passengers away. You can take your passengers to the next station now. "Thank you, sir," said 9462. 9462 coupled up to the coaches, and he puffed away out of the station. That night, Gordon and Henry looked down at their buffers, looking miserable. Looks like you two big engines plan didn't work at all, smirked Thomas. And teaching them a lesson has failed, added Percy. And Thomas and Percy couldn't help but laughed. Gordon and Henry's cheeks turned red as James and Alec greedy. They shut their eyes and went to sleep.